guys, it's Katie with Begging for Balance. I'm here today. I'm going to do a video to show you how to muzzle up and then collar up a dog who's uncomfortable with handling. So Max is not. He has no problem with me putting collars on him and stuff like that, but he sits really nice and still, so he's a perfect example for me to make this video with. I thought I would just make it really quickly. I have a similar video with a really small dog with I think it's a corgi, and I thought I would just do it with a bigger dog, just to kind of walk you through, like if you have a dog who's uncomfortable with you collaring them up and you need to get them dressed, this is kind of the process that I do. If you have a dog who's really uncomfortable with like getting them out of the crate, you may need to have a leash on them before you take them in and out. The first thing that I would suggest is having a regular leash or a long line clipped to the dog's flat buckle collar. So, and all of this process is going to happen as soon as I remove the dog from the crate. So before we put prong collar or e-collar on, it's a good idea to muzzle up a dog who feels really uncomfortable about handling, about putting on collars and stuff like that. So let's say I just take the dog out of the crate. I'm going to have them sit. I want to keep the leash I have on their flat buckle collar short. And I actually like to just let the rest of the line down. I don't want to be holding a whole bunch in my hand because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need space in my hand to be able to buckle the muzzle. So generally I like Baskerville muzzles. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure the muzzle is open and the straps are like out to the side like this. And then I make sure that the dog has a short leash and that they're kind of to the side of me. I'm not standing right in front of them. I'm not leaning down. I don't have my face in the dog's face. Hopefully you've done muzzle conditioning, and Max is muzzle conditioned. So I've got the leash short and sort of holding the collar tight so that I have pressure going forward on it. Muzzle, good boy. And then with this hand here, I'm grabbing this buckle, and here I'm keeping everything tight, reaching down, grabbing that strap so that my hand still has a hold of the leash, and I have in my other hand, in my right hand, I have both buckles now for the muzzle. So then I'm going to feed the strap through, make it tight. He never feels it loose. He never feels like a slack on the muzzle. And I'm able to make it nice and snug. And in this hand, I still have his leash nice and tight. I'll see if I can maybe show that from behind too. So we'll turn around. Come. We'll turn around this way. Come, Max. Come here, bud. Max, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. He's a very cooperative little model here. Now. So again, he's on my side. The leash is short. I have the muzzle open with all the straps open. Muzzle. Grab this strap here. Keep this tight. Grab the left strap, keeping my face out of the dog's face. Feeding this through the strap, keeping everything tight. Using my other hand. Snugging this down. Still hanging on to this. And then feeding this through. Okay? And then I can check the dog's fit by pulling out and up on this. I don't want him to be able to get this off the bottom of his head, and I don't want him to be able to get this strap over and on. So that looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and put his e-collar on next. And to put the e-collar on, I'm going to keep my leash short again. And I'm going to, in general, when dogs are uncomfortable, I like to take collar. I'm going to swing this down under his neck, keeping my face away from his face, getting this into position where I need it. I'm still hanging on to the leash, snugging it up, fitting it where I need to. He moved, so come. Sit. Good. Keeping him on my side. Again, making sure that's where I want it. And then I can go ahead and check the contact, make sure he can feel it. And then once I have that, then I can go ahead and put his prong collar on. Still hanging on to that leash. Got my prong here, making sure the prong, the chain is not twisted. Collar, swinging it down under his neck. Putting that on nice and easy and nice and slow, nothing super fast with dogs that are uncomfortable. And then this part, the twisting, that's tricky with dogs that are uncomfortable. So be super careful. And then clipping on the back up to the flat buckle. Now I can remove the original leash. So now I have him all dressed. And if this is a dog that doesn't have much bite risk with like people in general, as long as you're not putting collars on, then I can go ahead and remove the muzzle. And I'm gonna do that in a similar process. So I'm going to hang on to the leash. I wanna keep the muzzle straps all tight. I'm gonna unbuckle it, but let me see if I can show you this better. I'm keeping this tight, so on the front of his face, he has no idea that this is unbuckled, okay? Same thing, I'm gonna keep it all tight in this hand, take the muzzle basket, and remove it off his face quickly. So I've still got my leash here. And I can keep the dog away from me if I need to when I take the muzzle off. So that is just kind of muzzling up and gearing up a dog who's uncomfortable with collars.